Here I want to discuss what programming keywords are available in C language. As you have seen in HTML that there are tags in HTML. Each tag is actually performing some formatting or some layout or some any other thing in a web page. So their HTML tags were doing some functionality for your requirement, and here in C language these 32 keywords are defined, and these 32 keywords are actually the whole of the C. The whole, I mean in total there are 32 keywords. So these 32 keywords represent the total C language. So if you understand the utilization of each of these keywords, in my opinion, you know 50% of the C language. What other 50% is that since you know these keywords and their utilization, so you know that these can be used in this way. But in my opinion, this is 50%. The rest 50% is if you know how to, if you have practiced to use these keywords to develop softwares, to develop applications, or to develop programs, then you can say that you have got 100% of C language. So if you know these 32 keywords, you understand 50% of C language. And if you have practiced writing programs using these 32 keywords, then it means we can say you understand the C language programming. So C language programming is not a magic, and it is not a thing that you cannot understand, or it is not a thing that is not possible to understand. It is simply these 32 keywords, and if in your experience you will see that these 32 keywords even are not used most of the times. You may be using maybe 10 to 8 or 10 or 12 keywords, because you will see that most of the times you will be using something like integer, long, the declarations of variables. Most of the times you will be using statements, selection statements, as we discussed earlier, and we will be discussing in chapter 3 as well. These selection statements are, this if is one of the example of selection statement. The switch is another example of selection statement. Similarly, we have seen iterations. In iterations we have seen for loop, we have seen while loop, and this while loop is here, and we have seen do while loop. So this do and this while combined acts as do while loop. So if you understand these concepts, and in switch statement you will be using this break. So and your functions, as you have seen in the structured programming language discussion, that we are using functions to group our statements. There you will be using this return statement. So most of the times you will be using these selection statements, iteration or return or function or variable declarations. So if you understand these 32 keywords, I assume that you know 50% of your C language. And if you then go to practice writing small programs, as we have seen the swapping example, you can see many other examples. I will be uploading in the next week these examples, and how I am planning that I will discuss, we will be implementing these practicing examples in the class, maybe 10 examples in a lecture. So in 3 to 4 weeks I can assume that you have practiced 40 examples roughly. So this will give you a very good grip on C language. So at a start point you must go to C, you must understand each of these points, each of these keywords, what is meant by if, what is meant by while, what is meant by switch, and similarly for declarations, what is meant by integer, long, short, signed. So these are very simple things, and these keywords list I have taken from our book. This table 1.2 is taken from the C++ complete reference book, so you can see it there. So I expect that you can follow reading the book, or even you can go and simply see the description of each of these keywords, and probably it will be easy if you go and see the description of auto, break, case, character, constant, continue, default, do, one by one. So it will give you confidence that these 32 keywords. And at this point, it should be clear in your mind that there are no other keywords used in C language. Of course, there will be more keywords in C++ language. So you can expect more keywords in a C++ language. But as of C language, for C language, you cannot expect any other keyword.